Moving on, we have some big breaking news coming in. Chandra Arya, member of the parliament, has announced that he would join the race to become the next Prime Minister of Canada. He said in a post while making the announcement that I am running to be the next Prime Minister of Canada. And in another video statement, Arya emphasized that he would lead an efficient government to rebuild the nation. Let me quote what he said. I am running to be the next Prime Minister of Canada to lead a small, more efficient government to rebuild our nation and also secure prosperity for future generations. I've always worked hard for what is best for Canadians. For the sake of our children and grandchildren, we must make bold decisions that are absolutely necessary. This was Chandra Arya's speech when he announced his candidature for becoming the next Prime Minister of Canada.
Hello, I'm Chandra Arya, Member of Parliament for Nepean. I'm running to be the next Prime Minister of Canada to lead a small, more efficient government to rebuild our nation and secure prosperity for future generations. I've always worked hard for what is best for Canadians. For the sake of our children and grandchildren, we must make bold decisions that are absolutely necessary. If elected as the next leader of the Liberal Party, I offer my knowledge and expertise to do so. With prudence and pragmatism as my guiding principles, I will make the big and bold decisions needed to rebuild our economy and foster prosperity for all generations. Canada deserves leadership that isn't afraid to make big decisions. Decisions that rebuild our economy, restore hope, create equal opportunities for all Canadians and secure prosperity for our children and grandchildren. Bold political decisions are not optional, they are necessary. I am stepping forward to take on this responsibility and lead Canada as its next Prime Minister. Join me in this journey. Let's rebuild, revitalize and secure the future for all Canadians and for generations to come.
Let's take a look at the other top stories we're tracking from the world of business. India's most loved car, Maruti Suzuki Swift, has now been replaced by Tata Punch. As Punch emerged as the highest-selling model in the country, this achievement ended Maruti Suzuki's 4-decade dominance in the domestic market. More than 2 lakh units of Tata Punch were sold last year as Swift failed to touch even 2 lakh sales. According to industry observers, the success of the Tata Punch reflects a broader consumer shift towards compact SUVs in India. The Association of Mutual Funds in India announced the economic trends for December 2024. The announcement was made by Venkatesh Chalasani, Chief Executive Officer of AMFI, who spoke about the performance of Indian economy, including gold exchange traded funds, microfinance industries and equity flow among other parameters. The mutual fund industry's assets stood at 66.9 lakh crore rupees for the month of December. There is a year-on-year growth of around 32% and the folio count is at 22.50 crore. India's new central bank governor, Sanjay Malhotra, has initiated a review of Reserve Bank of India's inflation and growth forecasting tools to minimize projection errors. Malhotra, who took charge last month, is asking the RBI's internal teams to include new data sets, analysis and projections in their inflation and growth forecast. The review comes amid increased scrutiny on the central bank's growth and inflation estimates, which have been off the mark for much of the current fiscal year, with growth on track to be much weaker than expected and inflation higher. Days after announcing its exit from Adani Wilmar, Adani Commodities is all set to sell a 20% stake in the company via an offer for sale route in an exchange filing. Adani Commodities LLP, one of the promoters of Adani Wilmar, said it will sell 13.5% shares of the company to non-retail investors on January 10th and 6.50% shares to retail investors on Jan 13th.